A little chilly at the onset, but a pretty nice day in the neighborhood. It's safe to say you might as well get used to that scenario. Both parts, the chilly and the nice. And in fact, on the chilly side, frost, at least visually, makes itself seen in the forecast tonight, officially. A couple of cold ones in there too. More importantly, weather-wise, Hurricane Milton, what a storm this has turned into. The latest on its track and potential. Updates on our 2 traffic fatalities and the crashes that claimed 2 McGoffin County lives over the course of the weekend. A host of other news and updates as well in what's left of the half hour. We'll go ahead and begin with one update, that of a missing Breathitt County man last seen until yesterday in the middle of September. There weren't any circumstances of the discovery included in reports, but police and family members are both glad to report that Josh Miller, who was the subject of a missing persons investigation and who was last seen on September the 18th, has been found by the state police and has been reunited with his family. Miller was reportedly last seen in the middle of September when he had left the Hazard ARH hospital and not been seen since. A whole lot, and I do mean a whole lot, happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. I'll get to that in just a few moments. Right now, let's begin with updates on the 2 car crashes that claimed 2 McGoffin County lives over the course of the weekend. Friday, of course, and then on Sunday in Floyd County, but claiming the life of a McGoffin County teenager. We'll begin with an update in the case of a Louisville woman who is being jailed for killing a McGoffin County man as a result of a 3-car collision. She's had a court appearance. She has a bond that has been set, and there are also other court proceedings which have been scheduled. As I told you on last night, the Kentucky State Police investigating this 3-car collision that happened about 15 till 8 o'clock or so Friday night on 114, one of 2 fatal crashes we saw on that stretch of highway over the course of the weekend, claiming a McGoffin County life. In this instance, it was 64-year-old Roger Arnott, who was just simply turning into his driveway when he was struck in the rear from a vehicle which witnesses described as traveling at an extremely high rate of speed, running several red lights and running vehicles off the road just prior to the collision. That collision knocking Arnott's vehicle into the path of another McGoffin County man's truck, who also suffered serious injuries but has since been released from the hospital. The crash remains under investigation, but as I told you as well last night, the driver of the first vehicle has already been charged with vehicular homicide and other serious charges and has had her first appearance in court here in McGoffin County. The 33-year-old Louisville woman who failed all field sobriety tests given by the state police and local authorities, and who was the only occupant in her vehicle, was charged with vehicular homicide while under the influence, driving under the influence with aggravated circumstances, and wanton endangerment in the first degree. She's still being held in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on a $250,000 cash bond. She was appointed a public defender today and has entered a plea of not guilty in the case. She also has a court appearance set for October the 14th at 9 o'clock. She'll be brought from the Big Sandy Jail here for that preliminary hearing at that time. In our next update, services have now officially been set for this Friday for 17-year-old Kayla Nicole Elam. She, of course, was with her fiancé Sunday when a vehicle crossed the center line and struck their car. Services for Kayla Elam have been set for this Friday afternoon, and I'll have all of that information in just a few moments when we reach our obituaries. The McGoffin County High School sending out condolences last night, saying that they were deeply saddened by the loss of a member of their Hornet family, and they wish to take a moment to extend their deepest sympathies to the family and friends of their senior. Kayla was described as an intelligent, kind, and caring young lady who was loved by friends and teachers, adding that she will be deeply missed, but they were confident that her memory will live on in those who are privileged enough to have her in her lives. Similar sentiments as were expressed by her co-workers at the Sayersville McDonald's. As far as the wreck, I am still awaiting further information from the state police. We do know that, of course, as I told you last night, it was Keith Anderson who was traveling in the opposite direction in a 2010 Honda Insight when his vehicle crossed the center line and struck that being driven by Kayla's fiance, Kenny Oct, who was taken to a trauma center and, as I understand, was potentially returning home sometime today or tomorrow. But for the crash, we have no other information or details on the condition of the driver, which was said to have crossed the line, hitting Oct's car. I'll be right back. It's fall, and you can find it in all its warm, vibrant glory on the latest fashions, apparel, and accessories and home decor at the seasonal shop, where you can also embrace your inner claws as Christmas is hitting the shelves as we speak. Stop by anytime and pick out the perfect gift, birthday, wedding, baby, for anyone, and get cracking on those next level Christmas decorations at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. Green Tree Forest Products wants to buy your timber. Our skilled log procurement team has 4 generations and 70 years of experience buying over 24 million feet of hardwoods every year, which means you'll get the most dollars out of your logs and timber by calling any of our 3 locations in Salyersville, Moorhead, or Wallingford, Kentucky. In the Salyersville and surrounding area, call 495-1198. Green Tree Forest Products. Outlaw X Country isn't just about the games, it's about the food, the cravings, the carnival cravings, perfect for lunch or a fun date. Hot dogs with scratch-made chili, onion petals, nachos, the grilled cheese, and hand-squeezed lemonade. And oh my, the desserts, deep-fried moon pies, Oreos, my favorite, the PB&J, the pineapple sundae, and look at the funnel cakes. And they even have old-fashioned car hop curb service. Outlaw Axe Country, Broadway in Paintsville. Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. Experience over 30 years of exceptional, impeccable elegance and beauty at Seasons Florist, now in Salyersville, offering the very freshest in floral designs, custom and in-stock wreaths, arrangements, gifts, and so much more that you'll have to visit to try to see it all. Plus, they have tuxedo rental, free delivery within the city limits of Salyersville, and you can even place orders after hours. Call anytime. Seasons Florist on Parkway Drive, 349-4000.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, every patient is seen as an individual deserving of respect, compassion, and top quality care. For us, it isn't about who they are or where they come from, but about the dignity and the care that they deserve. Our commitment goes beyond simply treating diseases. We tackle food insecurity, transportation problems, and other barriers many of our patients experience that hold them back from living fuller, healthier lives. At Big Sandy Healthcare, that's what sets our organization apart.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Just as I was preparing last night's program, EMS was preparing to respond to some of their own. A helicopter crash. Air Evac 133, stationed in Grant County, had just lifted off a short time prior, en route to pick up a medical transport. The FAA now says that it was a guide wire that the craft struck that claimed the lives of all 3 on board. It was just before airtime, sometime around 5:30 last evening, that authorities were first made aware of a helicopter crash, in which they would soon discover that all 3 crewmen on board perished after the accident. A federal investigation, of course, has already begun, and a preliminary report has already been released on Air Evac 133, saying that the 3 crew members on board were indeed en route to pick up a medical transport when the crash happened. So far, it is believed that the helicopter struck a guide wire, and that is what caused it to fall to the earth and catch fire after it did. All 3 crew members, including the pilot, Gail Allman, flight nurse Bethany Aiken, and flight paramedic James Walsh, have been confirmed to have been pronounced dead by the Owen County coroner. While the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board continue to investigate, Air Evac Live Team has as well confirmed the accident happened without referring to their names, which they've not released as of this hour. They did say, quote, "Our primary focus is now on supporting the families who were impacted as well as our team members. Critical incident stress management teams have been sent to assist our team members during this difficult time." A lot to come on Milton. I hope that no one is riding this storm out. One for the ages, literally. First, though, a lot happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. And I mean a lot. But we'll start off with a birthday. Happy belated birthday phoned in today to Liz. That's Liz Kingsborough. The happiest of birthdays to you on the 6th, which was Sunday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Liz Kingsborough. Happy birthday to you. It's time. Wait till you see the forecast. It's time. Halloween Town at the Gardner Farm is open nightly from 4 to 9, free. As always, they just ask that you stay on the path because there are a lot of cords and trip hazards making everything light and fright. So keep that in mind. Every night, 4 to 9, Halloween Town over on the Gardner Farm. Good job, Ben. The McGoffin County Health Department has basically a flu and COVID vaccine clinic every day for the foreseeable future. That's Monday through Thursday, 8 until 3. Get your flu vaccine or your COVID vaccine. Fridays, 8 until noon. This is for adults, and they take Medicaid, Medicare, Anthem Kentucky Employee Health Insurance, United Healthcare, and Humana. If you've got any questions, give them a call. A hot dog dinner is on the menu for this Thursday at New Beginnings Christian Fellowship Church here in Sagersville, and they're delivering in the downtown area. It's 11 till 2, and all you have to do to get yours is call 349-4142 or stop by 11 till 2 as they're serving meals every Tuesday and Thursday throughout the month of October. They hope that you'll stop by. And speaking of stopping by, is the big one. This Saturday is the annual Hog Roast, a soup bean dinner and auction hosted by North McGoffin Volunteer Fire Department. The auction starts at 2. Live entertainment and dinner starts at noon. Just $7 per plate, and kids 12 and under get in free. It's great food, a lot of food, and a lot of auction items. They hope that you will join them. Everyone is welcome, and they hope to see you there. A reminder that ARH is gathering donations and supplies to help Hurricane Helene victims. You can drop off donations Monday through Friday between 8 to 5 at any ARH system location or their system center. And that also includes the local drop-off here in Sagersville of Dr. Scott Arnett's office at the clinic there behind the Sagersville subway. Water, cleaning supplies, you know the drill. No clothing. The Walnut Festival, which got postponed, well, it's this Saturday, and they're going to start with opening ceremonies at 11 a.m., and then they've got a great lineup of music all day long, a lot of vendors, a lot of food, a lot of fun, a great location, and they'll wrap it up with, of course, a lot more entertainment throughout the entire day. They hope to have you stop by the 6th Annual Walnut Festival. It's going to be a good time this Saturday. Kentucky Moms Matter, Mommy and I Workshop. This is free to all pregnant ladies out there up to 60 days postpartum. One guest per lady as well. And information, resources, prizes, gifts, free maternity, newborn photos, all hosted at the McGoffin County Health Department. And it's next week, October the 17th, which is next Thursday, 1 till 3. And don't forget, be sure to bring your insurance card. You can RSVP, though, by calling the Mountain Regional Prevention Center or using that QR code there on your screen. If you want to pick up the phone and call, it's 8890328. And coming up at the end of October, ARH is presenting the Diabetes Connection, Understanding Diabetes Together. They're going to do this the last Thursday of each month. The discussion this month will be holiday eating, and they're doing this at the Extension Service. You can also do it via Zoom there at the link on your screen. Call if you have any questions to register, 789-3511. And also, a little farther down the road, World Diabetes Day is November the 13th, and it's going to be recognized 10 to 2 at the Mountain Arts Center. They're going to have special speaker Roger Smith talking about diabetes and your well-being, and other speaker Amy Hayden talking about nutrition. This is open to the public. Everyone is invited. Free education, free lunch at noon, speakers, door prizes, and the list goes on. It's a very important event, and they hope to have a big crowd. Had a big crowd tonight in the calendar. Keep them coming. Calendar announcements are important, and we like to tell everyone, of course, a happy birthday or anniversary when we can. From there, we'll go to funeral service announcements, beginning with a reminder that services will be held this Thursday morning at 11 for 89-year-old Herman Dyer of Sagersville, who passed away Saturday, survived by his wife, Lois, daughters Sandra Cummings and Vanessa Zeller, 4 grandkids, Brian Michael Parker, Amanda Parker, Allison Kios, and Douglas Zeller Jr., as well as several great-grandchildren, as well as his sisters, Esther Maddox and Connie Howard, and his brothers Gerald Dyer and Paul James. Services, again, in Herman Dyer's honor will be held at the home he built, the Sagersville Funeral Home, this Thursday at 11 o'clock. Family will welcome friends tomorrow after 1 and prior to services. And services, again, will start Thursday at 2 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home for 64-year-old Roger Leonard of Sagersville, who was killed Friday in a car wreck here in McGoffin County, survived by his sons Brandon Lee and Corey Ryan Arnett, his brother Darrell Wayne Arnett, sisters Betty Collins and Wanda Patrick Basham, Vicki Williams, and 3 grandkids. In addition to his parents, Roger is preceded in death by his son Jeremy. Again, services are Thursday at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be Wednesday evening from 6 until 9. And services have now been set for young Kayla Nicole Elam, who passed away at the age of 17 in Prestonsburg. The daughter of Randy and Mary Ruth Howard Elam, she survived by her parents, as well as her fiance Kenny Auksher, maternal grandmother Ruth Howard, her special uncle Elmer Taylor Elam, and a number of aunts, uncles, and cousins. And she also would like to have had included her dear friends and co-workers who held a special place in her heart. Kayla is preceded in death by her maternal grandfather Lester Howard and paternal grandparents Charlie and Joyce Elam, her Aunt Brenda Sue Elam, and uncles Rocky Howard, William Goebel, and 2 first cousins Jeremy Dillon Howard and L.J. Mullins. Kayla was a faithful member of the Licking Valley United Baptist Church and a senior at the McGoffin County High School, and a very well-cherished employee at the Sagersville McDonald's. Services will start this Friday at 1 from the head of Coon Creek Church. Visitation will be at the church Wednesday evening after 6 and all day Thursday. In lieu of flowers, the family has requested contributions be made to the Memorial Fund at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, who's in charge of arrangements. From Jones and Preston, 90-year-old Alice Jewel Stambo of Nippa passed away on Sunday, survived by her 2 daughters, Karen Denise Branham and Deanna Ruth Burke, as well as her sister-in-law, 7 grandkids, and 13 great-grandchildren. Services in her honor take place Thursday at 1 in the Toms Creek Free Will Baptist Church. Also from Jones and Preston, 55-year-old Bernice Tackett of Mealy passed away at her home on Sunday, survived by her 2 sons, daughter, sister, and 5 grandkids. Services will be held Friday at noon in the Jones and Preston Funeral Home Chapel.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County schools.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Pennies, and I mean pennies on the dollar in Paintsville. New items every week at Outlaw Bargain Pallet Store. Household goods, tools, toys, makeup, home decor, and so much more. And they're right by Outlaw Thrift and Consignment, the area's biggest and best consignment, full of new, nearly new, and gently loved kids and adult clothing, name brands, new styles, and most everything in the store is only $2. Shop and save it both on Main Street in Paintsville. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. It's poised to possibly be a storm, the likes of which unseen in the United States, certainly in the Atlantic. Milton blew up to a Category 5 overnight, has since weakened a bit. But forecasters are saying, please do not read into that. Yeah, just because it was downgraded is somewhat irrelevant at this point based on current predictions and outlooks as a powerful Category 4 this afternoon. The storm's sustained winds had dropped to about 140, 142 miles per hour, but we're back up to about 155. That's putting it just below the Category 5 level. And there are a whole lot of other things going on with this. The National Weather Service saying that Milton's intensity has rebounded, and while fluctuations in intensity are expected, it's forecast to still be an extremely dangerous hurricane when it hits Florida tomorrow evening. The center still aimed at Tampa, with Tampa in its crosshairs, but it's going to be so much more far-reaching. It's an unknown, unseen kind of storm that could likely hit both sides in hurricane status of the state at the same time. One of the things going on, an eye wall replacement cycle. What is that? Well, I have since learned that's when a second eye wall forms to replace the first, and it increases the wind field greatly, possibly doubling the area of tropical storm force winds. That equals more storm surge, a deeper impact. Again, with hurricane force winds hitting possibly the east coast of Florida at the same time, as it is the third fastest growing storm ever on record in the Atlantic, and that is including Hurricane Wilma in 2005 and Felix in 2007. Meanwhile, here at home, cool mornings, warm days with some fog and frost thrown in. We've got temperatures, bouncing back and forth still in your 7-day. Topped out at 77 today in downtown Sagersville. A nice day in the neighborhood. Humidity 40%. Winds not moving that much. Did have a 10-mile-per-hour blow earlier, but right now about a mile or two out of the northeast. 40 degrees is where we're going to fall to tonight. Just a bit more mild than last night, to the tune of a couple of degrees for some of us. Clear skies, patchy fog for the end of your Tuesday. Tomorrow for your Wednesday, fog in the morning, sunshine in the middle, 73 for your high, estimated 42 tomorrow night. Clear skies across the board after a little AM fog. Thursday, we dip back down, and with that, see only 69 or so for your daytime high. Still sunny, still clear, but that 35-degree low Thursday night into your Friday morning means a little AM frost towards the latter part of the work week. We also rebound a degree or two and work our way back up to a balmy 71 with a 40-degree low that tonight. A 40-degree low that night, which should keep us out of the frost Friday night into your Saturday morning. But wait, there's more. I'm not done with the forecast yet, or a few frosty mornings. We'll go into your Saturday, nice. Sunday, nicer. Mid to upper 70s for your weekend. It's going to be a beautiful day in the neighborhood for everything that you heard going on, including our Walnut Festival a few moments ago on the calendar. 76, sunny, clear, beautiful. 78, sunny, clear, beautiful on your Sunday. Nighttime lows, Saturday night into your Sunday are 50. Good. Sunday, we've got more cold air coming in for the latter half of your weekend, and we'll see 43 degrees that night. Not all that bad, but look what happens after that. And right now, we're looking at 60, hopefully, on your Monday. No precipitation with all this happening, just mostly sunny skies and colder. A lot of big piece of cold air that's going to filter in and just stick around. And right now, we're calling for 60 degrees on your Monday, 32 that night. That means frost widespread in the morning on your Tuesday. And right now, models are showing 55 and 30 for your Tuesday high and low. And that will almost wrap it up for this evening. I am set to talk with school representatives about test scores in McGoffin County, which came back last week. I also have some who are wanting to talk to me and to you about Amendment 2, and that has nothing to do with the Second Amendment, coming up, of course, on the November ballot in just a few weeks, and a host of other news and information that we're working on and you'll only see here. So for now, good night, and thank you for watching.